federal government has announced the dissolution of the Interim Management Committee (IMC) or the Niger Delta Development Commission (Nddc) in deference to the recommendation of the Senate. A press statement jointly circulated by the presidential spokespersons Garba Shehu and Femi Adesina, obtained by a correspondent on Thursday, disclosed that the commission has been returned to the presidency for proper supervision. According to the statement, officers affected by the development are to hand over to the most senior civil servants under them, and a sole administrator has been appointed to manage the commission for the next 6 months pending the reconstitution of the management. The president has already dissolved the Nddc IMC. The affected officers are to hand over to the most senior civil servants under them. Barrister Onwubualire Ikemdilim is hereby appointed as sole administrator for an initial period of 6 months. Following the adoption of recommendations of the Senate ad hoc committee investigating alleged misappropriation of 40 billion naira by the current IMC, the Senate had recommended the sack of the Nddc IMC and asked the outgoing IMC to refund the 4.923 billion naira alleged illegal payments made to staff of the commission and contractors in breach of the procurement process. The upper chamber also directed that the refund be made to the accounts of Nddc with immediate effect. The recommendation of the committee was presented on the floor of the Senate by its chairman, Senator Adetunbi. A breakdown of the monies which the Senate wants refunded includes overseas travel to the United Kingdom, 85.7 million naira, scholarship grants, 105.5 million naira, union members' trips to Italy, 164.2 million naira. The other refunds which the Senate wants made to the Nddc accounts by the IMC are payments made for Lassa fever kits, 1.96 billion naira, payments for public communication valued at 1.12 billion naira, and COVID-19 fund expenditure 1.49 billion naira. 60% members access to contract. House of Reps set to drag Akpabio to court. Speaker of the House of Representatives Femi Gbajabiamila has announced the decision of the House of Representatives to drag the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs Godswill Akpabio to court over comments that 60% members access contracts from the Nddc. The Speaker stated this on Thursday during the opening of the plenary. Akpabio had on Monday, during the continuation of the investigation hearing held to probe the allegations of corruption in the Nddc, alleged that contracts of the Nddc are given out to members of the National Assembly. Following the allegations, Gbajabiamila on Tuesday gave Akpabio a 48-hour ultimatum to publish names and other details of National Assembly members who benefited from contracts of the Nddc. At the expiration of the ultimatum on Thursday, the Speaker stated that since the minister could not publish the names, the House has resolved to drag him to court for defamation of character. He added that the minister clearly made the statement to gaslight the nation from the maladministration and malfeasance in the Nddc. But I was misquoted, says Akpabio. The Minister of the Niger Delta Affairs, Godswill Akpabio, has denied accusing members of the House of Reps of receiving 60% in Nddc contracts. The denial was made in a letter sent to the House of Reps after the lawmakers gave him a 48-hour ultimatum to present names of the persons, the sum of the contract received, locations and company used to exercise the contract. Akpabio claimed in a hearing earlier this week that members of the House were beneficiaries to Nddc contracts. However, in the letter sent on Thursday, he said he never said members of the present night House of Reps were beneficiaries of Nddc contracts, citing the fact that the Commission is yet to implement a budget since the night assembly began. As to reference to 60% of contracts, the investigative committee refused and neglected to give me opportunity to explain that I was responding to a question by a member of the committee. Permit me to explain that any reference to 60% during the investigative hearings was in answer to a question by a member of the committee as to whether or not a medical doctor could act as executive director project, which I answered in affirmative. That the greatest project in the world today is COVID-19, which is medical in nature. Furthermore, I am made to understand that 60% of the Nddc yearly budgets are medical in nature. Therefore, it's better for a medical doctor to serve as the executive director project, Akpabio said. He revealed that the director of project forwarded him 19 older contracts valued at 9 billion naira, which he claims the Nddc chairman insists the IMC pays for it. House Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila has referred Akpabio's response to the House Committee on Ethics and Privileges. Okay. In the past 48 hours, a digital photograph of a wooden bridge allegedly constructed by the Nddc at Elebele in Ogba local government area of Bayelsa State has been trending on social media. According to the post, the Nddc built the wooden bridge at a cost of 2.3 billion naira. This is fake news. The Director of Corporate Affairs, Nddc, Charles Odili, in a statement on Thursday said the commission hereby declares that it has no such project at Elebele. We have gone through our records for the past 18 years and there is even no contract offer for the construction of a bridge in the community. The Elebele community in 2018 sought the assistance of the commission to rebuild the bridge which had collapsed. The proposal is still going through our system and is presently at the design stage. While awaiting Nddc intervention, the community undertook a self-help project and built the wooden bridge. It has no Nddc inputs. Nddc has not paid out any money for it. In clear terms, this bridge has nothing to do with Nddc. We urge our stakeholders to regard the posts as part of the propaganda tactics of those who want the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) to be scrapped to deny the people of the region the benefits of infrastructural and economic development. The fake photograph is a follow-up to the false allegations and campaigns launched by these detractors of the Niger Delta Development Commission in the news and social media space and at the recent public hearing by the National Assembly. These forces and their spokesperson are not from the Niger Delta. They are enemies of the region. The people of the Niger Delta have lined up behind President Muhammadu Buhari's ordered forensic audit exercise. That exercise will account for how the projects undertaken by NDDC were done and bring to account those who failed in their responsibilities to the people of the Niger Delta region. The NDDC under the current leadership remains committed to ensuring the Commission achieves its core mandate as the interventionist agency for the Niger Delta region and its people. For the avoidance of doubt, NDDC has some of the best engineers in Nigeria and the qualities of their work are world class. Those in doubt should visit the 29-kilometer Ogbia Nembe Road in Bayelsa, which cut through the swamps with 10 bridges and 99 culverts. The road, constructed in partnership with Shell Petroleum Development Company (SPDC), is ready for commissioning. Okay, story that touch. Okay, let them continue with the forensic whatever now, because I don't know this defense here and there. I don't just understand. We could see what happened during the plenary or during the hearing, and also what John Nunu has been saying, and the Akpabio's group, they have not been able to defend this whole thing. They've not been able to convince Nigerians with all this their explanation. That's just my own take. I don't know what you guys think. And someone says here that God will continue to expose and punish those responsible for the suffering of the Niger Deltans and Nigerians in general. They don't grab Akpabio for blockers, woman rapper. All this story is just to convince us that nothing has gone wrong, whereas things are not well in the Niger Delta region because of greed. We don't have problem with this solution now. Remain one is Nddc, the billionaire center. Tell your propaganda to the best. When Nddc spokesperson say deny the people of infrastructural development, I wonder what he meant when about 80% of the fund accruing to Nddc are spent on on how much then is left. Okay, on personal things, then how much is left for infrastructure? And since the beginning of this creation, since the beginning or the creation of the Nddc, what can we even pinpoint that okay, this is what has been done that the whole world can see? Is it all this things that they are doing all over the place? The place is as backward as ever. So guys, let's hear your opinion and let's know what you think, because these people they can just be saying things, they will just say something. I don't know the people they think they are talking to. It's unfortunate.